But wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen, with this prologue, or this epilogue, I should say, which was titled A Father Twice Over. As we kind of wrap up the film here in such an epic way, we see a lot of happiness. We see fathers reuniting with their sons. Barry Allen has a job now to help his dad out. We get Bruce Wayne buying the bank to help Martha out, as well as the congratulations of a new son.
Look at that suit.
Lex Luthor, he suited up, and my man Joe Manganiello, come on, man. You telling me that the guy that directed The Raid was going to be the director of a Joe Manganiello Deathstroke's Wade Wilson film, and he was going to face against Ben Affleck in the bat? Oh, come on, man. Anyway, we get this moment here. We don't get they're not setting up the Doom, Legion of Doom, but instead Lex Luthor gives Deathstroke the name of Batman, an eye for an eye. And I believe in this iteration, Deathstroke's son's death, he blames Batman for the death of his son. We see a really interesting moment. Kolby, you brought it up earlier. When's the nightmare? When's the Joker coming up? Well, we get the nightmare sequence. We see in this future, parademons have evolved. We see that Batman, Mara, Flash, Cyborg, Deathstroke, and the Joker are all a team now. They have this. We're going to talk about this scene. I'll be the bigger man. We'll talk about this moment of giving wraparounds and all that good stuff here. But we get the ending here with the Joker, Batman talking, and we end the film with Martian Manhunter meeting Bruce Wayne, talking about, Darkseid is coming. We got to prepare. I was sent to Earth to be a protector. I'm now ready to fight, which I don't know, man. Yeah. Why weren't you in the fight? It almost reminded me of Infinity War.
Uniting the Seven
with Wanda being up there with, like she was up there the whole time.
Why was she up there the whole time?
What the hell are you doing, bro? Anyway, the anti-life equation is on Earth, and they have to protect it. The film ends in a beautiful way where it says for autumn, which was a great moment. And again, thoughts and prayers go out to the Snyder family, but. Yes. Amanda, this last part, this epilogue, we got a lot of stuff to cover here. But Amanda, again, just kind of get into your thoughts about this epilogue here, A Father Twice Over.
I loved it. I can't get enough of this. I am pissed off though that they are recasting Billy Crudup as Henry Allen.
Scheduling issues. Jeez, man. I hate that. I hate that line in Hollywood. Let's make it happen.
Come on. He's perfect. He is perfect. He's fantastic.
He literally looks like a Barry Allen or Ezra Miller, I should say, when he was younger.
Legit. It's just excellent casting, and Zach's king of perfect casting. But the scene was great with the Flash and his dad and everything kind of wrapped up nicely, I think, as much as they possibly could. I freaking loved the nightmare scene. I loved it. I thought it was filmed incredibly well. The standout was the Joker and Batman, that whole conversation. I literally screamed when Batman swore. It was the greatest moment of my life.
I will fucking kill you.
Literally, I didn't want to say it, but because my voice is way too high, it wouldn't sound good. But it was just fantastic. Jared Leto's Joker in this movie, Zack Snyder nailed it for what he wanted to do with this version. I absolutely hated him in the Suicide Squad. He was so freaking cringy. And he made me
I loved him. I loved him.
Okay, Kolby, no, he's so uncomfortable. He just made me so.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you, really.
I can't, because it was just so weird. But I loved him in this, and you get the connection of even their backstory together. Their history. It's just you get that banter and the writing. Chris Terrio, again, God bless you. It was perfect for them. And I feel like this connection, and if I say this, it's gonna sound really bad, but God, I don't want to say it.
Let's hear it.
Writing wise, I'm not forget about Heath Ledger's Joker, because that is God tier on its own. I'm not talking about the characterization or the performance whatsoever, but I felt like you had more of a connection to this Joker and this Batman than like Bill's. Just a connection in the scene.
Interesting.
And like the writing for it was really strong in these couple of like minutes that we had. Someone is going to attack me for that.
I feel you. I believe that there is 15 to 20 years of lived experiences and battles between these two in the midst of that conversation.
Yeah. 100%. That's how I feel anyway.
Awesome.
And I like the Martian Manhunter at the end. It was supposed to be Green Lantern from what I heard. How do you not give Zack Snyder Green Lantern? Like what? Oh, like it just freaks me out. We could have had like Adam Cyborg solos and we could have had a Green Lantern solo by now, but just keeps messing things up. But I thought this was cool. And it was just, I found it funny that Bruce Wayne just woke up. He's like, what are you? What are you doing?
Someone else another
alien,
right?
Like, come on, another one. Like, I guess, yeah, sure. You want to fight? Cool. Call me. Like, it was just the funniest thing.
Let Alfred know. Give him your Facebook, your Twitter. Hit me up. We'll set it up a little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I didn't mind it. Like, it left on a very hopeful note, and Zack kind of always does that, and I love it. I love that connection. And sorry, going back to Deathstroke. As you said, that is so much potential wasted if they don't give anything to Joe, because like that suit alone, how are you not going to use
to never use it to never use that again? And then we have him in this, and then we switch him to a mohawk in full fatigue.
Like what? I want the Injustice movie, to be perfectly honest. Like that's what I really want. Could you imagine Zack Snyder doing that? With all of the characters that he knows that he can really just visually show on screen. Like, my
there's
God.
An absolutely fine script already to work off of. You invite somebody else to be able to give it, like, to make it a bit more cinematic. You have Zack for these things write itself. There's a Deathstroke movie on HBO Max right now, bro. And it's really good.
Yeah.
The suit was fire.
It was so good.
Manganiello. Let's get him. And again, his name is slipping me. Something, I can't think of his name right now, but if you guys have seen The Raid, and I think he has a show called Gareth Evans, and there's a show called Gangs of London. This guy knows action, and if he would have had the control of an assassin, an elite assassin, and Wade Wilson, it would have been, and he probably would have casted Ecos Wise and having some cameos from The Raid. And, please make it happen. Let's make a Deathstroke movie happen, ladies and gentlemen. But any other things that you have there, Amanda, with this final epilogue here?
I just loved it. I thought it was like I know that everyone has nitpicks. I know that the nightmare scene should have been positioned like somewhere else. Like I completely get all of that, but at the same time, we got it. Like we got such great writing, and just visually everything was perfect. I thought it was perfect, and I know that like people are gonna jump on me for that, but like as a fan, like it was just pure fan service, all of it, but in a good way. You know what I mean? You know how you say like fan service in a bad way, but this was just like, thank you for giving us this. And like, we kind of know that nothing's really going to happen moving forward, but as long as we have this to hold on to, we're happy campers. So,
yeah. Well said, Amanda. Tossing it to you, Kolby, regarding this epilogue here. And again, Joker, Batman, tit for tat. They're poking the bears. They're just waiting for someone to say the wrong thing for they could just go at each other's throats. But what was your take on this epilogue, man?
Longest epilogue of all time. Am I right?
19 minutes. 19 minutes. Yeah.
So much goodness there. I mean, the fact that we have Cyborg truly as the master of technology, seeing him rewind and reconstruct the tape recorder and playing the message that he didn't want to hear from his father. Yeah. And the fact that he immediately says, I'm your father twice over, because essentially, you died. And then but I'm still able to kind of live on. Like, and having him be the narrative voiceover of this entire sequence, I think was such a great touch. Seeing Arthur kind of go about his way, and kind of like, you see like Mira and Volko kind of like I said, it's tough because I know for a fact that doesn't make sense to the better movie of Aquaman that I've seen. It's just really, really, really hard, right? Yeah. And it's like the fact that we get the introduction of Ryan Choi as as Adam, and then Bruce coming back to Wayne Manor and saying that we need to make this essentially for the Hall of Justice. It's great. The Kents get their farm back. Victor and his parents. Like it's really beautiful. Gordon signaling the Batman and stuff like that. Diana with the arrow, and I'm wondering, is she gonna return back to Themyscira? Right? Like
Yep.
Come on, like that is such an amazing prospect of what we can be able to have going forward. And then seeing Clark, you know, being able to take like so classically open up his chest, and we see that black S. He's keeping the black suit. He's not going back to the blue and the red and everything like that. And then the nod to the old school Hackman. Lex Luthor with the colorful suit and everything was just great. And like, I plead everybody out there, you know, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. It worked. Can we capture lightning in a bottle again to restore the Snyderverse? Because we cannot waste. I pray, if I'm Joe Manganiello, this is what I do. I'm hiring Gareth. Like, let's just shoot some stuff. Let's do Deadpool style and leak it, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
I'm
like,
steal the suit.
We will have no truth. Yep. All I need is 5 minutes. You give me a Raid 2 kitchen scene between him.
Come on, bro. Come on. Hey, there's already some footage out there. They shot. Remember that test footage that they had that stroke on the plane? They've shot some stuff.
Interesting.
Put that out there and get that.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
and like I said, the nightmare scene. It's great. Seeing Mirror. I like that futuristic Flash with the helmet and stuff like that. It's really, really great. Why the specific collection of heroes and not heroes?
Very interesting.
Just how great the line was. It's funny that you would talk about people who died in my arms, because when I held Harley Quinn, she was bleeding and dying. She begged me with her last breath that when I killed you, and make no mistake, I will fucking kill you, that I do it slow. I'm going to honor that promise.
Yes, sir.
Is that not the best Batman dialogue in any Batman movie?
Iconic.
Like the delivery, man, it was so good.
It's great.
And this is the only time that they ever talk to each other, because if I remember correctly, they have no dialogue exchanged in Suicide Squad.
No, it's just Harley Quinn saying, "You're ruining date night." Yeah, they have no dialogue together. Yeah.
The fact that my favorite Batman, and this is the first time he's with the Joker in the movie, and it's just in these this little couple of minute sequence, and it's great. Like, we get just nothing but profile coming from him, which is great. It's such a tease, and I just want more. I love what Jared Leto did with his iteration of Joker in Suicide Squad. I had a lot of fun with the movie, to be honest with you. I rated it a 7 out of 10. Yes, I rated Suicide. My apologies, 6 out of 10. I rated it 6 out of 10. Okay, I rated it 6 out of 10 on the Kolby told me scale. It's a fine/okay movie, but to be honest with you, this just makes everything feel so right. This is the ultimate payoff. And this is still separate from the main crux of the story, but this was Zack Snyder just saying, yo, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to be able to do this. Right. So I just kind of want you guys to know that these are the threads that I would have been able to play out if I could have held the universe fully. And who knows? I mean, I think that there's still a promise that we can be able to get, but the ultimate promise that was kept was that, what he did for his daughter. This man had to step away and deal with something that no parent should ever have to deal with. And the fact just getting that for autumn at the end made me feel so good. I don't know how anybody could watch this movie and just not feel whole at the end of it.
Yeah.
Well said, man. Well said. I mean, for Autumn is great, and for Zach and the Snyder family. And there's a lot of, like you guys hit the nail on the head there. There was a lot of great stuff to wrap up this film. It's obviously highlighted by the nightmare suite sequence, which, funny enough, Ben Affleck and Jared Leto have yet to share a physical scene together. Yeah. Jared Leto and Ben Affleck were two separate. They weren't on the same set when they shot that, as well as Ezra Miller. He was shooting Fantastic Beasts 3, so they had the Zoom call in. So again, it just shows you the lengths that Zach was willing to do to get his vision out there. So again, my only issue with the nightmare sequence is, again, Mara. I'm not a Mara fan. What do you know about loss? But again, the Joker saves it with, he knows a little bit about loss. Losing a mother, a father. Okay. You watch your next words. An adopted son. Not too careful. It's just great. Those two. Yeah. Again, it made me, like you said, Kolby, it made me like Jared Leto. He's a fantastic actor. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not the biggest fan of the Suicide Squad film. Yeah. Again, we talked about release the Air cut a couple years ago. We'll see what happens with HBO Max, but I thought that this was a great, like you guys said, it set the tone. You get the history with the dialogue. I saw a comment out there, and it's so true. The way that Zach shot Joker, the camera was unfocused. It was unhinged. It was shaky. Very similar to that conversation. A very unhinged, uncomfortable conversation, and capturing what it was like to be in that moment. It was, again, Zach just captures things. He's a great cinematographer and knows how to paint a picture when it comes to framing shots. So It was great. Again, I'm not the biggest Martian Manhunter fan. I think that character was kind of shoehorned in my personal opinion. I don't think he was even necessarily necessary in the film, of being honest. And I guess he gives him a good call. And Batman is just like, who are you? Okay, yeah, just take a name and number and we'll link up later. But either way it goes, again, it was setting the stage for Martian Manhunter reuniting the Seven, and obviously getting a lantern maybe later on. But again, the biggest thing that stole my heart was, again, seeing for Autumn at the end of the film, which was just great. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We broke down every part. Now let's kind of transition